Everybody get up. It's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right?
Because that's how you get ads.
Once upon a time, a Nike executive pitched producer Ivan Reitman a movie based on two commercials featuring Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan. The pitch bloomed into Space Jam, but was put on the shelf in 1993 when Michael Jordan retired from basketball. Jordan returned to the sport in 1995, and the movie was back on, this time incorporating those real-life events into the story. Space Jam broke the record for compositive shots and FX shots, even beating out Independence Day, which came out the same year. I grew up in the Midwest during Michael Jordan's reign. While I wasn't an NBA fan, and I'm still not, Jordan was the kind of player who people wanted to watch, even if they weren't into the sport. He was a household name. Richard Corliss of Time magazine said the movie could have been a gleaming showcase for cartoon wit. Instead, it's an 87-minute commercial for peddling sainthood from Michael Jordan. Sounds like a Clyde Drexler fan, am I right? I had to Google for that joke. If you're a basketball fan, I guess comment if it works. Let's see if we can alley-oop anything nice to say about Space Jam.
Space Jam.
I'm not sure I have to explain Space Jam. This movie was huge. It was everywhere, from toys and MCI commercials to ESPN doing a parody 30 for 30 on the game. We open with Michael Jordan retiring from basketball, telling the world he's going to take a turn at baseball. Look, if you can do it, do it. We travel from his retirement announcement to Moron Mountain, a small planet, perhaps a moon, that's entirety is made up of an amusement park. It's sort of like Coruscant meets Six Flags. The attendees are tired of the attractions and over it.
Let's get out of here, Dad. This stinks. Don't bring me here anymore, right? Don't bring me here anymore, right?
Danny DeVito voices Swackhammer, the owner of Moron Mountain. He's looking for a new attraction, while behind him, a dozen screens display episodes of the Looney Tunes. One of his minions suggests they kidnap the Looney Tunes to become the next attraction. We see Michael playing minor league baseball. He's bad. I mean, bad compared to his success at basketball. I couldn't play minor league ball. Then again, maybe he was just put on the team to sell tickets. There's a cute moment while he's up to bat where the catcher is telling him what the next pitch is going to be. He tells Jordan to swing at the next pitch. Jordan misses, and the catcher says he'll get him another one.
That was your pitch. Oh, missed it. Don't worry, I'll get you another one.
Everyone treats Jordan with kid gloves. He strikes out, but everyone tells him it's okay. One teammate even says he looked good doing it.
It's good in that uniform. It's great. Can't teach that. Can't teach it.
We can tell Jordan's upset by this. Wayne Knight's Stan is hired by the team owners to keep Michael happy. After the game, Michael heads home. His kids return from their own baseball game. As he sits down with them, a sportscaster is tearing Jordan apart. He changes the channel. Michael Jordan's kids are adorable in this movie. They're watching Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, who are interrupted by Porky Pig saying there's a tune meeting, and they leave the scene.
Hold your horses.
Dang, where'd they go?
The aliens are going to kidnap all of the tunes, but Bugs tricks them into accepting a challenge to a basketball game. Look, this movie is easy. It's about aliens playing basketball against Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes. We get to the action pretty quick. The aliens steal the talent of Muggsy Bogues, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Sean Bradley, and Larry Johnson. You can definitely see the influence of the original player on the Monstar that takes the talent. For example, 7'6" Sean Bradley is the really tall one. Muggsy is the shorter one.
I'm here. Me too. That hurt.
One of the funnier parts of this movie is the real players struggling with the loss of their abilities. Barkley loses a street ball game, Ewing shoots a free throw sails over the crowd. They all go through extensive testing. We get this gag, which is perfect.
Etc. And we've scheduled a 12-lead stress test and neurological battery to include EEG, reflex.
The NBA shuts down the season because the players are refusing to play until they know they won't lose their talent. There are tons of cameos in here. The Looney Tunes kidnap Michael Jordan to help them. I don't know if Jordan really hangs out with Bill Murray and Larry Bird to golf, but it would be great if he did. Bugs and Daffy go to Michael's house to get his stuff, and the kids help them defeat the dog. They promise not to tell anyone, but they know where their dad is. I was a little surprised at some of the choices on the team, like Lola, Bugs, and Daffy, obviously. I wouldn't want to meet the Tasmanian Devil on the court, but Tweety? Tweety was probably the funniest character in the movie, but it's not like he or she can hold a basketball.
Oh boy, I'm ready.
Mouse?
I can do this.
Pick the mouse?
I love basketball. I've always loved basketball. Do you love basketball? You're big. I bet you're good at basketball. I'm small, but I'll try really, really hard to be good at basketball. Really, I will. I always try hard. My mom says try your best in everything you do.
Slapstick antics ensue as they prepare for the game. We get to the game and the Monstars dominate. At halftime, Stan reveals the aliens stole the talent of the other players. Bugs tricks all the other Toons into drinking MJ's special stuff to bolster their confidence. Michael makes a deal with Swackhammer to return the talent to the NBA stars. If he loses, he'll be the attraction at Moron Mountain. The Toons come back on the score, but the Monstars play dirty. Everyone's hurt. Finally, Stan gets to play. He's immediately crushed. Then a Toon medic comes out and inflates him. Bugs reveals that Toon World, Toon rules. Who knows what Michael could have accomplished with Looney Tune logic? Now there are only 10 seconds left and they're down by 1. Bill Murray shows up to save the day. We get a great line from DeVito. I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this. Murray is the 5th man. Daffy asks him how he got there, and he talks about a buddy in the Teamsters. It's silly and irreverent, very much in line with Bill Murray. In the last second of the game, Michael leaps into the air with his trademark reach. The Monstars try to tackle him, so he uses cartoon logic to stretch his reach all the way to the hoop and drop it in. The Toons win. The aliens stand up to Swackhammer, give back the talent, and ask to join the Looney Tunes. Michael lands a spaceship in the middle of his baseball game and later rejoins basketball in an imitation of real life. It's not War and Peace. It's a silly, fun movie. Not everything should be boring Oscar bait. The Looney Tunes had lost some of their relevancy in the mid-90s. They were a recognizable property, but there wasn't much new coming from them. Space Jam served as a bit of a revival of interest in the characters. Space Jam was a huge technical achievement. Now some of the effects look dated, but it's interesting to see how they blended the animation with the reality. Michael Jordan is playing on a cartoon court. Most of his castmates weren't there. Sometimes they had a green screen stand-in, sometimes they didn't. The soundtrack sold enough to be 6 times certified platinum. Space Jam was huge and remains a cultural phenomenon. The original website still exists. While it looks like a sequel is still planned, I'm not sure you'll be able to capture the magic of the original. You can give me guff about this in the comments, but LeBron James is not on the same level as Michael Jordan. It's not a talent thing, it's a culture thing. The movie wouldn't be as interesting if they hadn't integrated Jordan leaving the sport. The real life element is what makes it more approachable. Space Jam is ultimately just a movie about a basketball game. If they're doing a sequel, they will have to expand on that. Watching the same movie again will just be a disappointment. Space Jam is a fun piece of nostalgia. Cutting edge at the time, its impressive accomplishments have faded, but it's still enjoyable to watch. And of course, Michael Jordan was the GOAT. That's all for this episode of Anything Nice to Say. Don't double dribble and never be ashamed to like what you like. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your favorite part about Space Jam in the comments, or leave a suggestion for a movie you'd like me to do. Subscribe at our Patreon for early access and exclusives, as well as other special goodies. You can pick up some of our latest designs at our merch store. My book, Live Like Legends, is available on Amazon. Head over there to grab it now.